UK energy company is now apologizing after sending out a tone-deaf blog post on ways to conserve energy in an effort to save money on energy bills for consumers. Now, the UK is facing increased energy prices and higher costs of living, much like everyone else, and the OPEC plus cartel has a lot to do with it. Remember, they are intentionally inflating the cost of oil, which is necessary to fuel our cars, to power things, to provide energy to people. And what they do is they limit oil production in an effort to increase prices as much as possible so they can recoup the money that they lost in the beginning of the pandemic. They game the system and they're able to do it, which is why I would argue it's better to rely on renewable energies. But nonetheless, SSE Energy Services, owned by Ovo Energy, thought that it was helping its consumers by sending out tips on reducing energy costs, but it ended up insulting them instead. On a now deleted SSE webpage, which offered tips on keeping warm in winter without turning up the heating, SSE suggested 10 simple and cost-effective ways to stay warm and keep bills down. And what did those tips include? Well, why don't we take a look at this, okay? So number 8, find extra heat. You don't always need to rely on your central heating to stay warm. Here are some lesser known ways, because we're all morons, to find extra warmth from other sources. Open your curtains when it's sunny to warm your home naturally. Keep your oven open. Sounds a little dangerous if you have kids or pets. After you finish cooking, just be careful if there are pets or small children around. And then finally, Cenk, just have a cuddle with your pets and loved ones to stay cozy. So people didn't like that. And so there was backlash, and they have since apologized and taken the blog post down. But I do want to just quickly note that while it's easy to get mad at this company for putting out this insulting list of tips, like the heart of the problem is what we're experiencing with high gas prices here in the United States. It's the fact that you have oil producing countries intentionally manipulating the market.
Yeah, so other tips they included were doing the hula hoop and jumping jacks. I'm not kidding, that was on the list.
I mean, it does work. It does work. I did a HIIT workout today. Lots of jumping jacking happening, and it worked. Got very hot.
I'm going to refrain from commenting on that.
I know. Let's move on.
Okay. This is what I think the kids call late stage capitalism. So, you can't afford your bills because private oil companies have artificially jacked up the prices of oil and gas, and the politicians have totally let them and not protected you at all. That's okay. Open your oven and put your head in it.
I know, it's absolutely insane. The advice included wearing extra layers to keep warm. And yes, as you mentioned, by the way, cleaning the house, challenging the kids to a hula hoop contest, or doing a few star jumps. I guess that's what they call it in the UK, star jumps instead of jumping jacks. And also the contingent of the blog was poorly judged in their apology, they say, and unhelpful. We are embarrassed and sincerely apologize. We understand how difficult the situation will be for many of our consumers this year. I mean, it would be nice if the government stepped in and assisted people with being able to afford their insanely expensive energy bills. So for instance, they're expected to, let me give you the numbers, this is insane. British consumers will pay roughly $1,075 more to heat and light their homes this year. And that's according to Bank of America. Wholesale European gas prices have jumped by 400% over the previous year, and electricity prices have increased by 300%, according to this bank's analysis. The increases have been driven by cold weather, nuclear plant outages in France, and reduced gas flow from Russia, an OPEC country, of course.
Yeah, so look, do something useful instead. And yeah, sure, give tips on insulating your houses because that's a huge issue in the UK, and I think they do that. But fight for policy, fight for real changes to the prices. Don't ironically gaslight us. But I will give them a tiny bit of credit because the apology was pretty good when they were like, "We're embarrassed." We've embarrassed ourselves. And that is true. And then give it to the British to frame it right.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.